Hey everybody, Delilah Taylor here. I am so happy you can join us on the very first episode of Tuesday Market Talk. And I'm really thinking about changing it to just IMTV, but and really decided yet, still working on it. It's kind of all come up so quick. The show really came about to just seriously be an IM game changer. It's going to be for the newbies, the greenest of green. We're going to be bringing you internet marketing talk to help you decide on how to get started. You know, whether you want to do email marketing, a video marketing, YouTube marketing, how to pick a coach, where you want to really get started, how to lay out your strategies. For the long-term internet marketers, we're going to be talking about all the changes that happen within internet marketing, because we all know that they change from day to day to day, and there's always something new. So you're going to have the most up-to-date information on everything that's happening all around us every single week. So that is what's going on, and I'm so excited that you're here. And we have two fantastic guests with us today. We have Bill Hugel and Brandon Pierce, who I always want to call Brendan Pierce. I don't know why. I do.
Not the first time.
I'm so sorry. All right. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with these guys. Bill here is what'd you tell me, Bill, like 14-time...
Yeah, I've launched a few products.
Yeah, and
I've done some stuff.
And he's a six-figure earner. He's the dad of the two cutest little boys you've ever seen. They're twins.
I'll tell him you said so. Hope they're quiet for this one.
They're awesome. And he is one of the most successful marketing coaches out there. He has a list of students that just defies reason, who are very successful. And I am very honored to be on that list.
Me too. Me too.
And so is Brandon. Yeah, absolutely. So he's got a big long belt under there, and also has a product coming out there which you're going to hear about very soon. Anything you want to add to that, Bill?
I don't know. I think you covered it up, man. I'm just excited to get going with what you got, because I think I don't know. I'm just looking at what you have going on, and I have this cycle of evolution taking place for this show in my brain, and it's not mine. It's yours, right? Like 100% yours. But I'm just seeing the possibilities that could come with it. It's kind of an idea I thought of like way back, like what a great idea that would be, but it's just not me to do that, and I think you're the perfect person for that. So I'm just excited to get in and start helping people out. So yeah, you can talk about him for a bit.
Thanks. All right, Brandon. I was asking Brandon a few minutes before the show, you know, give me a little bit of a rundown, which I know we've talked before. Brandon is a Marine, which we kind of have a special bond there because I'm married to one also.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was like, Brandon, are you a father also? And he goes, no, I'm just a husband. I was like, there's no such thing as just a husband. Brandon has also been a 2-time award winner and has been doing internet marketing for how long now?
About 3.5 years now, right around there.
Yeah, and you specialize a lot in coaching and email marketing. Is that correct?
Yeah, email marketing, list building, and gotten coaching probably about 6 months ago. And a lot of my experiences have been learning from Bill as well. So, you know, I got my own experiences from when I was, you know, before I met Bill or any other mentor, and then some of the experiences afterwards. So, pretty nice little mixture there.
All right. So, both of you guys have been around for a few years, quite a bit longer than me. I'm still working on year 1. Almost there, but not quite.
Good year 1. Good first year.
Yeah, almost to year 1. I'll have to have myself an anniversary party.
On a Wednesday with some wine?
Yeah.
Wine and beer?
Absolutely. So, in the time that you guys have been going, What are some of the biggest changes that you've seen that you've noticed that have come about?
It-
For for me, it's the availability of information. The biggest change is the way that people deliver their content. Like all the mediums will change here and there, and there's always a new way to get in front of your market. But the way that people are taking, because once the info gets out that, hey man, we buy and sell information, or we create little products that people are going to need and we sell them out there. Once that info gets out, and people start kind of thinking like there's a ceiling, right? And now they've hit that ceiling, so they'll share all that, and now they're this like internet marketing guru, and everything's good. They'll share that information like crazy, and it kind of devalues what it is they're trying to say. So they lose it on a lot of people. So what I found also is that the tiered information is kind of the same throughout each product, just to make sure that you're actually getting the attention. But it's just the availability of info. Like when I first put in how to make money online in Google, if I had seen some of the $4, $9, $8 products that are out there today, man, I would have been flying in a month. Like it's just that's it. You can't explain how much the information has changed.
Hmm. What about you, Brandon? Because I think you may have been doing this longer than any of us at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess there's two really big changes that I've experienced throughout my time. Is first and foremost, it's just the strategies and how they evolved or change. And for my specific situation, for me, it was traffic. So when I first came in internet marketing, I was a solo ad seller. So solo ads were back when I started still really big. Everyone was getting into it. And when I first quit my job, that was because I was selling solo ads. And it's like today, solo ads are vastly different than how they were back then. The quality of the leads, the quality of the sellers, and the kind of traffic they're selling and stuff like that. So just the way traffic changes or strategies changes from year to year, that's one big change. And I guess more recently, or since I've been launching products, which has been a little over a year now, just the amount of people that are launching products nowadays, which which is good in one way and I guess kind of negative in another. But just the amount of people that are launching and how hard it is to get into it sometimes, or and also when I first came in, launching on the Warrior Forum was a big thing, and now since the Warrior Forum changed all their rules, now everyone had to change from that stuff like that. So just keeping up with everything, how everything's vastly changing. So
Yeah. And when I came in, which like we were discussing a moment ago, I haven't hit my 1 year anniversary yet. When I came in, it was still Warrior Forum, so that's how fast things change.
yeah.
So, what sort of different platforms have you seen like rise and go back down, or come back up? And
Brandon, go ahead, buddy.
So like platforms you launch on, or just
anything, sales platforms, or what sort of software or programs, or any
well, I
of those
guess
changes?
well, I guess if you want to talk about programs and stuff and what's kind of being launched, I mean, a lot of people on the call here watching this probably know that there's a couple hot trends out there right now. CPA marketing's very hot trend. Fiverr marketing. I think those are really the two big ones right now. So just in like 6 months ago or so, it was like list building and email marketing. It's just crazy how what gets hot at certain times and what doesn't, and stuff like that. So that's probably the biggest shift I've seen since I've been launching over the past year.
Mm-hmm. All right, Bill.
I'm trying to think of the biggest shifts that I've seen. I mean, it's all ebbs and flows. So whatever you see in the marketplace that's hot right now will eventually come back. It's like the clothes that you wore when you were a teenager. You could give it to your kids now as a teenager, and they'd be in style, right? It's the same type of thing with the market. Now, the medium's changed a little bit, so when it comes to traffic, there's different sources of traffic. When it comes to tools, again, like the information earlier, the tools are making life so easy. They're virtually eliminating any chance for failure if you just try and keep going, because the tools are vastly superior to what they were before. Like the integration, the tracking, the codes, everything that you can put into your tools now took technical skill even a year and a half ago. And now, because of how quickly people are consuming that info and turning it into something people can use. They're creating tools that are keeping up with the time. Like everything that comes out now that's an online hosted store or squeeze page generator, they all come with retargeting cookies, code boxes, so that you can put them in and make sure you're retargeting. And sure, there's a bunch of people that still don't know how to do that, but what's happening is the tools are becoming better and better and keeping up with the time. So no matter what the ebb and flow in the marketplace is as long as you know how to identify those waves, catch them and ride them, then you're in a crazy, crazy spot right now. Because while you can hire designers and stuff, like I hire designers and copywriters. I didn't when I started out, because the tools were getting better and better. I didn't need those tools, and now I could only imagine if I was brand new and trying to figure it out, but I could create an attractive sales page in 5 minutes with optimized press 2. So it's just, I think that the flows just change. The more and more people become successful, become confident with their abilities in conveying that message to the marketplace, and then the people that are confident enough to launch those tools that we all use and take $10,000 to $15,000 to create, but people have that knowledge and confidence in the marketplace that they'll be able to spend that 15, 20 grand and make it back while everyone loves their product, right? So I think those are the things that have changed most.
Yeah, that's a good. I mean, real quick, that's a good point. I don't mean for this to be an endorsement or anything, but I mean just look at ClickFunnels. That's been one of the biggest things. Back when I started, I couldn't imagine having creating a whole entire sales funnel that easily. I mean, that's one of the tools I use in my business all the time. ClickFunnels, it's a big one for me. And just being able to, what they provide is for ease of use and functionality, and on top of that, the whole funnel hacking they teach, where you can pretty much go find, a six-figure sales page and funnel and kind of model after that so easily with ClickFunnels. I mean, yeah, the software and what's available to you nowadays to get things done a lot faster and even look a lot better is crazy.
Yeah, now see, I've never used ClickFunnels, so I may actually go look at it just to see.
Well, I mean, and lead pages there's a bunch of different options out there nowadays, really, even still coming out.
Right, there's tons of them. So, and that's a great point. I was gonna bring that up. What are some of your favorite things to use when you're building a launch or when you're building a product, no matter what it is? What are some of the tools or your favorite tool or software or site or anything that you use, whether it's a free item or something that you bought that you can't go without or that you use consistently?
Yeah, I mean, for me, obviously, I said ClickFunnels is the big thing I use for a lot of my launches. That's what, it's just so easy, and you can make the sales pages and everything look so good. And then, I mean, lead pages I use all the time as well. I mean, I use lead pages for anything quick I need. A quick thank you page, squeeze page, download page, or for bonus pages, it's huge. So as far as like creating my sales pages, squeeze pages, and all the funnel stuff, I use those two the most. Right now, if we want to talk about email marketing using autoresponders for our lists, I mean, Bill knows that's kind of a influx thing right now with get responses. Get response and Aweber, one time frame, one will be better than the other. Deliverability drops on one and better on the other. And now people are looking for self-hosted solutions. So it's tough in that category, at least in my opinion. I still use GetResponse a lot. I've always liked their functionality and just ease of use and everything. But besides specific tools like that, for me myself, I do a lot of video. I do a lot of YouTube marketing video for my list. Most of my products are usually video, so I mean I couldn't go without Camtasia or anything, because I use that all the time. So it helps build the brand and stuff. I mean, at least for me lately.
Yeah. See, I like Aweber personally for a completely different reason, because I love video. And Aweber is the only one I found where I can actually plant video within the email, and it runs in the email.
Well, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah.
I've been wanting that feature forever, and it really does that?
It really does that. You can put a video, you can take a YouTube video link and pop it in your Aweber email, and it will run in the email. Yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah. And on top of that, I love PicMonkey, which is a free graphic design site.
I use Canva a lot. I use Canva for a lot of things, if you're familiar with that. Same idea.
Yeah, PicMonkey and Canva are a lot alike,
yeah,
in some sort of way. I can't figure out Canva, but PicMonkey seems to work well for me.
Yeah.
And I do tons of stuff with it. Bill, what do you use?
The keys that I have to have are Camtasia, because you can make images, you can make videos, you can create audios, you can do whatever. Your entire product can be created within the Camtasia back office. The next thing I use is vtubetools.com. The reason I use that, and I have no affiliation, is just that you can clean up your YouTube videos so that they're presentable, and even though it's still YouTube and some people are like, well, it's free. Well, yeah, but it also is there fast, and there's no fear of it being pulled down, where in other places you will. So those are two important tools. The most important tool that I have in my toolbox is Facebook. The amount of free traffic and volume you get via PM, via tasteful posts, groups, engagements, it's just insane. And then you jump into the ads back office, and you have to have that, because I remember back in the day, Frank Kern always talking about just unleashing on the internet as much as you possibly can, and to completely dominate. So not on this launch, but the next one that we have coming up, there's a whole complete domination of the internet. So wherever you go, you're going to hear about that launch over and over. And that's the thing that stuck with me, is there's so many people on Facebook that are in the same scene, that if you're clever in the way you use it, you can leverage that for a ton of stuff. And it's the most powerful tool that I've ever seen in marketing or in anything, is Facebook. You can get everything done, and it's free to use. I mean, yeah, you got to pay for ads and stuff, but it's just using it cleverly and properly and consistently that I find it to be the most powerful tool in my arsenal.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that I think people don't understand when coming into this business is how much you're going to have to rely on. You're not just sitting behind a computer selling stuff. You're still talking to people all day long.
Networking is a big part of it, really.
Yeah, whether it's face to face or you're still working for yourself, but it's still a lot of speaking with other people and building those relationships. I've spoken with people from all over the world just today. This morning, I was talking with a guy in China an hour ago. So that's just huge portions of it. Now, since you guys have been around a while, and we were talking about the ebbs and flows of business, for the new people that are coming in, if you were brand new and you were just coming in now, where would you start?
Bill, you, me?
Go ahead, man. I got a multi-tiered answer I'm trying to formulate in my head for that one.
Well, I mean, for me, and this is only because this is what I've done since the very beginning, is I still focus on building an email list. So every which way possible you can get a list is where you want to begin with, because when you get a list, and specifically a list of buyers, of customers, that's back in the day you can make more money with non-buyers, but today I focus on just building a buyers list, and that's what I teach my students and everything. Once you build that buyers list, I mean, if you wanted to make income quicker, you could always start out with affiliate marketing. And affiliate marketing is still a big thing, in the industry and stuff. And having a list is one of the best ways to make money with affiliate marketing. And then beyond that, though, having a list of specifically buyers, customers, these are people that you're going to be developing a relationship with. I have people on my list from 2 or 3 years have been on there since day one, and they're on there because they like me. And ever since I've kind of branched out and been focusing more on my brand, the only reason I have my students in my coaching program is because they've been buying all my products, or saw, more recently saw a YouTube video or whatnot. I put myself out there, but it's all comes back to having that list. And if you want to, do affiliate marketing at first, and then get into, creating your own products and building your brand that way and getting more customers, then you can get into coaching and stuff, which is kind of the phase I've went through throughout my time. So ultimately, mine's about building the email list and mashing the process of emailing on the back end.
All right. You got it together there, Bill?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, so if I'm a new person, and this is the thing that I come up with all the time, right, is that, and when I'm taking on my clients, well, when I was, because I don't anymore, yay, no offense, guys. When you're coming into the business, the one thing that I didn't really do is I didn't identify any of my own strengths or weaknesses to actually find out where I need to go and where I'm going to fit. So I kind of fell into this blanket make money online space, started running some traffic, doing things like that. And building a list is, yes, very, very important. But I would identify what it is that I'm good at. Like for me, I'm talking. I'm great at talking with people. I have a wonderful time talking to people. I think the exchange of information between any people, one or a group of people, is the most powerful thing that we have on the planet. So that's my skill, which translates well into sales. So I was able to start paying attention to the sales side of it and start turning that over really well. But there's people that write, and you can break that off, and the basics will always be the same. There'll always be a funnel, right? Whether you're launching, whether you're not launching, you're always going to have some kind of funnel in place. But what if you don't want to sell a traffic guide, or you don't want to sell a hunting guide? You're a great writer and you like to write content services. You like to create those and use them. Which, by the way, these people are making tons and tons of money all over the place using the same concept and the funnel and basics moving forward. But they have strengths that are more appealing to them, because some people don't like getting on video. Some people don't like, doing all of the front scene stuff, the marketing pack of the marketing side, but they're very strong. So I'd identify where I feel comfortable. And if your first impulse is, I don't know anything, ask some of your friends a little bit what it is that they see your strengths are. And even if your confidence is down a little bit because you're just trying, you've gone through some stuff, talk to them first. It'll give you a more realistic approach so that at least when you're consuming all this content and info, you're going to be able to do it in a directed fashion. Because one of the things that's hardest is to get going and then transition out of that really quickly and really easily if it's something you decide you're not into. So that's where I would start. I know it's not as sexy or like go out and get some money right away, but it's the most intelligent way to go. And we have some people that in the group have gone on to, they do funnels, they do graphics, they do copy, they do sales pages. They've broken out of that. They did some launches. They're like, it doesn't make much sense to me to do that. I don't like it. But I found I have a really good skill, so now I'm going to use that and apply it to other people who have the skill of marketing and creating products and stuff like that. So long-winded, multi-tiered, but I just think that too many people just go in chasing whatever the hell they can get their hands on instead of going, what do I actually want out of this business and what do I think my strengths are?
No, yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. I very much fall into that category because coming in, you don't really know all the options that you have available to you. And as you're going along, you realize, well, wait, I don't have to just launch products. I can actually specialize over here in this area or focus in this area where I really fit, where I can do the most good and make that what I really like to do and not have to handle this part over here, because I'm the first one to admit it, and I have admitted it from day one. I'm not a writer. There's nothing wrong with it. A lot of people love to do it. It's just not my thing. And so yeah, I'm with Bill. I very much like talking with people. I enjoy that relationship building. I enjoy doing the videos. But I'm not that writer person, so I play to the strengths that I have. I've made partnerships with other people that are writers and brought those together and done various things, but still played mostly to my strengths and not had to go in the same direction as everybody else. So yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, it's a good point, because like, even though I said, I recommend doing, this specific thing, email marketing, list building. I mean, I'm there for people who want to do that, but the problem is, and like Bill was kind of saying, is people are focusing too much on just the making money aspect of it, and they're chasing everything they can to make that money, the end result, instead of focusing on what they want to do first. And that could be, I could even go to picking a niche and picking one thing to focus on instead of branching out all over the place. You do need to have that first. and don't just do something because someone else is having success with it. If they're making X amount of money with it, if that's not what you really want to do, and if it doesn't play to your strengths and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a good point.
I just want to put one more in there is, like, I have some high-paying services that I pay for on a regular basis, right? But not once have they ever collected my email. So they still end up missing out on that whole opportunity to market forward. So first and foremost, like, you're going to get into something, but learning about those funnels and the structures and the email marketing and the list building is key, because maybe today I'm sitting there and I'm like, oh, you know what? I got this ad that I need to put on Facebook, but I just, I can't write about knitting, so I need someone to do that for me. If I get an email that comes in from the copy team that's like, hey, we just dropped this today. We're doing ads right now, and this is how we've structured the deal. I am clicking the link that instant because I'm not interested, and at the very least, I'm putting it in my inbox in a folder that says promo stuff for copy, makes Bill lazy, click here, and I will go click there and I will get them to do it for me. And I think that's like, so it all ties in universally. Even though I'm saying you got to go there are the fundamentals. So it's a very key point to go through and understand the setup, because the worst is providing a service that gets lots of money and then not marketing to those people in the future because they like your stuff and they want to buy it, right? So
Right.
I think it all ties in really well. You have to have those basics and structure that were mentioned. You have to have them, but try and formulate those to work in something that benefits you. And I think it'll benefit your customers a lot quicker. And as mentioned, that's when the money starts coming in, is when your customers are happy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I'm glad that I started out in that general area because I got to see from beginning all the way through to the end the entire process and built each and every piece by myself. And that gave me the time to figure out, where those strengths and weaknesses were. And if I wouldn't have done that, I wouldn't have found the specialty. So absolutely. You got to start off at the beginning, to be perfectly honest. All right, so let's get into your launches, guys. All right, Brandon, you launched, what, like right at 48 hours ago, right?
Yeah, about 40 hours on Sunday.
Okay, and what was the name of your product? Guys, if y'all want to scroll down the page a little bit, you're going to see it right there. I've got the information for it.
Those viral autopilot funnels was that product.
All right.
Yep.
And let's see, tell us a little bit about it.
Well, this specific product was actually created by a student of mine, so I launched it with him, and so it's a little bit different than my other launches before. It was the first one I actually launched with a student, and but for this product, it was all about the list building aspect and different funnels you could use at, if you didn't want to go out and create your own landing page and find an offer on the back end and worry about all that stuff. You could use these funnels and these companies that already had it done for you, can get your link and send traffic to it, and then each one of those funnels had some sort of viral aspect to it, whether it was the leads you got would give you more leads or different profits down the road, reoccurring commissions, that kind of stuff. So it was all about building your list primarily, and then using these done-for-you funnels to build your list with the viral aspects of it, and then for the report itself, we gave rebrand and resell rights to it for the customer to then go out and resell it, as their own, and make 100% commissions on it, keep their money to themselves. And also, each of the funnels, you can get an affiliate link for the funnel and put it in there. And then once you sell the course, you can make those extra profits on the back end, from rebranding it on the inside. So yeah.
All right. So you're launching it with your student. Do you normally launch with partners or not?
That was actually only the second time I launched with a partner. Before that, it was with Tobias, which many people might know Tobias out there. So I launched with him. But before that, all my other products were just by myself. So that was the first time with a student, and the second time with a partner.
All right. And how do you? Just curiosity. How do you find that? Has it made it easier or more difficult launching with a person or by yourself, or found anything differences?
Well, yeah, I mean, it makes it easier. I mean, me launching with my student, me launching with Tobias was two different things, really. With the student, he created the product primarily. Obviously I helped him along the way, but that kind of made it he did the product, and plus that was a learning experience for him as well. And then on my part, I was doing the JV recruitment and all that, and JV page and all that kind of stuff. But when you launch with somebody who's also already launching products like Tobias, for one, you kind of, it all depends on what kind of partnership you have, because some are strictly, product creator and JV recruitment. Some are you're both creating the product and stuff like that. But one of the greatest benefits I've seen so far, and I do kind of want to do it in the future as well, is each product vendor kind of has made different relationships with different affiliates. I've gotten closer to certain affiliates, and whoever you're launching with has gotten closer to certain affiliates. So that kind of brings the two together. You're able to get more on board. Some people might just like Tobias better, or some people might like me better. I don't know, but it kind of brings in a bigger network for the launch, because obviously when you launch a product, it's all about your affiliate support. That's where the traffic's coming from, primarily. So in that respect, it makes it easier.
Yeah. All right. And since you launched with him, how did you divide up the work and decide on which sales platform to use and things like that?
Well, for actually most of my products, I actually have only done, I think, 2 JV Zoo launches. A lot of my products, the way they're structured, and eventually I want to branch. JV Zoo and Warrior Plus are, they kind of, the different products are on each one of those. Certain products fit one platform better than the other. Just different affiliates on each platform. Your product could fit different affiliates, other than others and stuff like that. But this product specifically, I felt fit better on Warrior Plus, so that's why we launched it on there. And for this launch, it was actually my first time outsourcing a lot of the stuff. We actually outsourced the sales page, the sales copy design, some of the OTO designs and stuff like that. So I outsourced a lot of it this time, but typically I do a lot of my own work. But like I said, a student actually created the product. I helped him out with it, but actually the way he created the product looked way better than even my products were even looked. So that was pretty cool. It's kind of neat how, and it's me speaking as a coach, I guess, but it's kind of neat seeing how someone just coming in who's new, their creative juices and what they can do without even knowing it. He didn't realize how well he could put something together and the value he could provide, because everyone who's bought it so far, they love it. I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from it. So, yeah.
That's awesome. All right, now, Bill, you've got a product that is about to launch.
I do. I guess I'll do. Can you hear me now? Did I unmute my microphone?
Yeah,
I
we
had
can
to
hear
go
you.
a floor punch just to let the kids know that it's time to quiet down. There.
It's okay.
So I did that. It's good. I love the summer. It's great. So not to take away from my launch coming up. I'll leave those children down there. We've got I'm Underdog with Tom E. and myself coming September 4th. It's going to be a good one. Moral of the story is we both sat there and figured, wow, we've been affiliate marketing for a long time. I personally haven't dropped an affiliate marketing product in I can't remember how long, but it's a big part of our day-to-day businesses. So we were like, let's put one together. Let's cover list building, let's cover traffic, let's cover selling, let's cover everything, email marketing, all you need to know. Now, obviously, there are specialists in certain email marketing fields that will be like, well, that's really basic. Well, yeah, that's how people get started. We don't want to cover them up with a whole bunch of email tactics that'll be like, what did I just sign up for, right? We want to make it easy, get jumping. So that's what I Am Underdog's going to be a lot about. So it's to take the underdog and turn them into the champion overnight if you can.
Oh, that's awesome. See, I'm glad you explained that, because I thought it was going to be a plug-in. I don't know why I thought that. I really don't.
Given our recent history, it makes sense. But we wanted to come back to the info world and start helping people out with it. Just there's some holes that we see out there that we wanted to try and fill for some people, some gaps that maybe we're missing out. So we covered those in there.
All right, and same for you. I know that you've launched plenty of products on your own, and then I know you've launched plenty of partnered products. You've actually launched with Tommy before. What differences do you see between launching alone and launching with somebody?
Well, okay, so I did launch as alone, yes, but as soon as I understood that I could put a team in place, whether that was for the funnel or doing that, I think the key is understanding that even if it's an individual launch or it's a team launch, that the work isn't getting done by you. That's the most important part, is because you have this whole myriad of stuff that needs to be done, and it's, I don't know, most people when they're coming out, they're just getting in a launching scene, they're still going to work, they're still doing all this stuff, and it seems like this monumental, never-ending task, and little stuff comes up all the time. So deviating teams was really important to me, whether it's with a partner or with whatever. No matter what project I'm working on, I've got about 5 different chats that are open with a title of the team. We've got copy, we've got graphics, we've got coding, we've got anything else that we might need. We've got funnel guy, we've got all those different titled conversations, and the reason we have those is so that we can identify our thoughts clearly, and then as partners just communicate in our regular PM chat and just go in with the final answer to every one of those chats, which makes it easy for absolutely everyone, and it doesn't go back and forth. So organization is key. When you're getting started out, just, you know, try and, it depends on what skills you have again, right? Like if you want to launch that product to get into the marketplace and really just kind of get out there, and you have the skill at creating the products, you've got the skill, like you can do all that kind of techie stuff, you've got an idea, then find somebody who's going to do the marketing department. And don't forget, guys, I mean, when you're looking at launches that are doing $12,000, $57,000, $100,000 in a 7-day span, if you're afraid of putting out a little bit of money, then what you're doing is you're shutting yourself out from that possibility of rainfall. And that's the best example I can give right there, is putting yourself into an abundance mindset before you're launched. And by doing that, it's helping other people that can do skills and giving them money to do it. And then you open the door to that type of reciprocity, because your affiliates are going to see the effort you put into the product, right? An affiliate knows the difference between a Pinto and a Ferrari. Your customers know the difference between a Pinto and Ferrari. So when you're doing it, if you can create that feel, that's what you're going to go. That's what you're going to get the most results with. So whether it's a team or an individual, just try and strive to keep being better with every single launch, and finding out where you go. But key is being very, very organized.
All right, Brandon, what sort of, since you're like 48 hours in, what kind of uh-ohs or do's or don'ts have you discovered since this is launched? Or hiccups, for that matter.
I guess I'll go over my most recent one, and the overall kind of takeaway will be attention to detail. And of course, Bill told me that, and it makes sense. You think I'm a Marine, I would pay attention to details, but there was a certain detail I didn't pay attention to when I was promoting my launch in different groups and stuff like on Facebook and stuff. And it was, specifically, it was saying that the launch you can make $80 EPC, so earnings per click, which is obviously outrageous. It was supposed to be earnings per sale, and I had to promote it all over the place. And I guess some bigger affiliates, kind of saw it and stuff. So it ended up being okay, I think. But certain things, if you don't watch that and you keep doing it over and over again, it can kind of hurt your reputation. At least I think. Sometimes it may not be as bad as you think it might be, but if you keep doing that and you don't change it, you don't fix it, then it can hurt your reputation for not being taken either seriously or something like that in the future. I mean, obviously I've been launching products for a year. It's not that long, but I've launched quite a few. Some guys who I've never worked with, as far as affiliates go, they don't know me. So when they first see that, that's all they know about me. That's the first look that they've gotten at me is that. So just attention to detail. Make sure you got all your ducks in a row. Everything's good to go. And that's my most recent biggest I had.
And that would be enough to have to go back and change all those. That's a lot of changes.
Yeah, I redid a video. I took reposted them all. I had to do a lot of stuff. So it ended up being okay, I think. So.
Yeah. Bill, you've got stuff. Since yours is coming up, I believe it's the 4th.
Yep.
Have you had any hang-ups so far, or what sort of things are you doing in advance to try to keep any uh-ohs from happening?
I don't like uh-ohs. So when it comes to the biggest thing that I found to prevent uh-ohs is the planning phase and the development phase, and how much time that's going to take. And just kind of knowing your timeline, right? So one of the things that we did was we started marketing this product, I think, a month and a half, 2 months ago. and just started putting points together, coming back, kind of mishmashing, going about our day. But as you're doing that, you're creating each time this flow, this wave. So as everything's going, you can go over everything, and if you've got that partner, then it's like, oh, check out this image, so people will see it. So they'll see it and they'll be like, oh yeah, that's silly, don't do that. And then most of the time I'll do it anyways. But to avoid the pitfalls, I just like to I don't know, man. I just like to have fun with it, because at the end of the day, I don't try too hard to avoid them. I figure I have the system set up and going. So anything that happens after that is pretty much out of my control. We take care of our hosting. We do everything that we can do. And you know, if the launch happens to tank that morning, something goes wrong, I'm also not the type of person that gets too stressed out about it. I get on Facebook, I find all my buddies, I ask them to tell as many people as they can. I do a post letting people know things will be good, but stuff happens, so let's just move on. We'll get it up as soon as we can, and then move on. Because the worst thing that you can do is go in devastated mode when stuff happens. I had a launch. It was my first good launch, and I don't have it anymore, but the computer still had duct tape on it, because I was earning, but everything was starting to fall apart, and so we had duct taped it. And the night before my launch, it tanked. Like, it said no more. So I had to try and figure a bunch of stuff out, but it didn't work. Anyways, it went off, it launched. I finally I figured out the problems. So I went out and bought this cordless keyboard and this mouse, and I plugged it in and all kinds of stuff. But I got it back, and it lasted the day of the launch. And then as I was going to do my webinar after the launch, it died again just before the webinar, so I had to go out and get a new computer finally. But it's the stuff that happens. Like, if you prepare the best you can, but if stuff happens, like, just deal with it. It's life. We all make mistakes.
Yeah, that's so funny. And guys, you're gonna have that. I swear to God, there's gonna be things that are just so beyond your control. The best product I ever put out, my partner and I actually won deal of the day over that product. It was so funny. 2 minutes after we launched, I mean, that morning we had gotten on a hangout, we had went through the whole funnel, tested everything was perfect. 2 minutes after it launched, my computer had a nuclear meltdown and the funnel broke. So, no joke. I had gotten my tablet 2 days before, did not know how to use it. So I'm on my tablet, and I'm working with one of the guys from Warrior Plus trying to get our funnel back. And my partner is furiously on the other end trying to take care of all the JVs and the support questions that are coming through. And at the same time, I'm trying to, like, do CPR on a computer, which took like 2 hours. Yeah.
I've had the same situation. Like, I kind of lied before. I actually did partner with a couple other guys before I totally forgot about. But, I mean, we had a situation to where the hosting that I had everything on just crashed. So they go on a sales page, nothing's coming up. And then at the same time, when we got everything working again, the JVZoo stats weren't working, and I had something set up wrong in JVZoo, and still actually managed to get a deal of the day on JVZoo after all that, which is crazy. So I mean, that's the kind of stuff in a way you can't control, especially if your hosting goes down or whatever. But I mean, the most important thing is really everything you can control. Make sure that's in order. Like Bill said, your planning phase, your development phase. Make sure you're putting enough time in between. When you want to do the launch and everything. So as long as you have all that in order, it should be okay. I mean, certain things you can't control. I've had webinars where I blue screened right at the beginning of the webinar, blue screened, and then I tried to bring out my laptop, and the laptop wasn't working. So I mean, it is what it is. It's gotta.
Yeah. You can't control it. All you can do is control your emotions over it and deal with it. It's that's the best you can do.
Yeah, and there's been times where I haven't been able to, I mean, Bill knows I've freaked out and messaged him, and he knows. I mean, it happens to everybody, and sometimes you just gotta keep your cool. So that's one thing I've learned over the course of past year, really.
Man, just let me say here, okay? I mean, for those of you that are just kind of getting started, you're making a good bulk of money, or you're just like this launched your first one, and hopefully, if this is your first launch, you're selling good information that works. But if you're in this and you made a little bit of money and it's going on, just remember that no matter what happens, if you're making 10 to 15 sales even in your underwear, like everything is okay. You're good. It's all going to come back. Things are going to dial in. You just made money in your underwear, and your friends are going to work today. You're taking the day off eating Cheetos and drinking Red Bull to stay on top of it. You're making money at home, man. Like, there's going to be some mad affiliates, but they're going to be just as screwed up as you are when it happens to them. So just remember, you can't tell what everybody's day is. Stuff happens. You made money in your underwear. That's the key. That is the key. Yeah. Special stuff to be able to do that. Like, it really is. So things happen, man. Deal with it.
Hey, absolutely. All right. So, Brandon, give us the rundown why we need to go get your stuff.
Like my most recent product?
Yes.
Oh,
well, it's up here now because there's a link on this page, dude.
Look at
a picture for it. So.
Yeah, if you're out there and you wanna build a list and you wanna, the idea around that product was really just to get you to build a list in the most easy way possible. Not that it's easy, but the quickest way possible. So we wanted the idea for that. I've launched products where I've taught how to create the squeeze page, the funnel, and all that kind of stuff. But this idea was we wanted you to be able to get results as fast as possible. So we laid out different funnels you can use that are done for you. You just got to send the traffic to them. And on top of that, the viral aspects and everything to help build your list faster, get some viral profits down the road, that kind of stuff. We also included a lot of training in there for traffic training stuff. So it's not, we don't leave you hanging in there for just here's the funnels, go figure it out. But we teach you how to drive traffic to the funnels and everything. And then on top of that, to increase your profit potential, we gave the rebrand. You guys still there?
I'm still here. We lost Bill.
Oh, we lost Bill. Okay, sorry. Yeah, so we gave the rebrand resale rights to it. That way you can go out, build your buyers list, because no matter what product I usually release, in one way or another, I talk about building a buyers list. So we give you that report. You can resell it, rebrand it, keep 100% of the profits, build that buyers list, and on top of that, add in your affiliate links for each of those funnels, and you can make money that way as well on top of what you'll make on the front end product. So if you want to get in list building and even email marketing, that's what that product's for. So definitely get it.
Very cool. I
can't see your screen.
I love that your student made it.
Oh yeah.
So if for nothing else, I mean, guys, it's already proof positive that it works. I mean, it was his student that was the one that wrote that.
Yeah, he wrote it.
Already has it working. That's cool.
Yep, and he's doing everything in there. And I've even used some of the funnels in there myself on the sales page. The main screenshot you'll see there is from one of the funnels, and that's what I made, and that's recurring commissions. So I mean, the stuff in there works, funnels in there work, and you'll see screenshots on the sales page of what you can achieve with a list. So I put on there the kind of numbers you can make via affiliate marketing and stuff when you have a targeted list like that. So you'll see what you can do initially, and then what kind of benefits you can get afterwards from having a list.
Yeah. I think it's kind of funny. We were talking about hiccups that you can't control.
Yep.
Earlier. Like 20 minutes before the show was supposed to start, my modem blinked and I lost my internet. And so I had to reboot the whole thing. And then Bill dropped his internet and he could barely get in. And now we've lost Bill again.
Yeah. And I actually can't see your screen though right now. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't know that. I can see my screen.
I can see your picture. It's like blinking.
Yeah, that's weird. As long as you can still hear me.
Yep.
Now, for those of you, I know Bill is gone. Bill's product, I Am Underdog, is launching on the 4th. Right now, he is, until then, he and Tommy are still looking for JVs. You got plenty of time to get in. So all you affiliate marketers have people out there that are wanting to go promote that, you're wanting to add to your list. Bill's products are always hot sellers, and he has just a phenomenal product, and always make sure that he takes care of the people that are getting his products. You can take that straight to the bank for me and Brandon because we're his students.
Oh yeah,
You know, everything he puts out there, if it's going to have his name on it, it's going to be quality.
pretty much. Yeah.
So if you're going to send it to your buyers, you can guarantee that it is going to be something absolutely phenomenal that they can get some true quality out of. It's not going to be just something that they'll open up and be like, what is that? You know? So make sure you go get signed up, be a JV now for him. Now, on top of that, you will see another product right beneath that, and it is called CB Power Plug. And this is by George Case. This is our sponsor for the day. I am working with George. George has been around the space for a little bit. This is a ClickBank power plug. I actually have this right now. I'm getting ready to put it in. And it is premiering on September 8th. And for those of you that have never tried ClickBank or actually looked at ClickBank and thought, oh my God, this is confusing, because that's what I did. I mean, seriously, ClickBank, you open it up and it has like a million different options. And when you try to go to ClickBank and try to search for a certain niche, you try to search for a weight loss niche, it pulls up everything under the sun. It will pull up dog niches, and it will pull up make money online niches. ClickBank plugin, what it does, it's a little WordPress plugin, and it actually narrows. You open it up, and it narrows those niches down. It will pull up to your parameters, what you're looking for, within a matter of minutes, and then you can just click on them, pop them right into your site. You can and it adds your affiliate links to them, have them right on your site. 10, 20 a day.
I did it.
So you're automatically making money right there with CB plugin. Ah, did you hear it? I did your whole spiel for you, dude.
Did you catch my? You got my I did a play. I sent you a voice message so you could play it into the microphone, trying to show that see disasters happen.
I didn't know I actually talked about that. That's so funny. But yeah, right below Bill stuff is the stuff for CB plugin. So make sure you look at that too. That's the other JV link that you want to look at because it's coming after Bill's, but make sure you do that. So, but Bill, now that you're back, because I did that too, because I was like, right before we started this show, my internet blinked, your internet blinked. Give them the rundown on this because it was pretty funny.
About the internet thing. Terrible. It's Chrome's having these issues, and it's I have updates on Windows, and I don't know how long those are going to take, right? Normally you just reboot, you're going to be good to go, but Windows, it's sometimes it's 5 minutes, sometimes it's 22 hours. So, I just figured I'd try it anyways. And so here we are now. I know everyone's get a Mac, but it's just there's just the one pad. I can't do that. I don't get it. It's messy for me. So I'm sticking with Windows. I know it takes a long time and I have to put up with this stuff, but I'm sticking with Windows. By the way, I love Windows 8. But anyways, we're having some issues.
So, all right. You are launching I Am Underdog on, is it September 4th?
September 4th at 11 a.m. That is 2 days away.
All right. And what special goodies have you got for the JVs for that day? Because I've got the JV link down here.
Okay, fantastic. So special goodies for the JVs are, obviously, I'm going to be putting something together that your customers are going to love and they're going to get some value out of. So that's first and foremost. Your customers are taken care of. But the goodies for you specifically are we put together the exact same team when it comes to graphics and copy that did the last two product of the days for me, JV Zoo, and they've put the stuff together there. Now the special part is once they all convert like mad to get into the OTO, is Tom is going in and doing those mystical, I don't even know how he does these OTO videos, where it's just he looks at the camera with his rocker hair and he's like, buy this. And people do. So he's going to be doing a whole bunch of those, and we're basically those normally convert at about 40 to 50% for him. So there's going to be 2 more OTOs on there, guys, and we're just like the whole goal is like commissions everywhere, happy customers everywhere, and we've done a lot of work to make sure that your customers are not only going to have ease of use in the product, that's video, PDF, video, PDF, video, PDF. We've gone in no expense to make sure that the conversions are going to be there for you. As always, if you guys aren't making money, you're not happy, you're not going to come back. So we've done everything we can. Swipe should be up there today, and tomorrow we will have the sales page preview up there. If you guys want, I can send one out. You can contact me or Tom. Our details are on the JV page. But it's going to be a kick-ass day, and we have lots of competition. So I'm going to send you a Christmas card with a picture of me and the family and a working internet if you promote.
That's awesome. All right, everybody. I think we have not covered the gamut. There is one last thing. If you scroll to the very, very bottom of this page, you will see that everybody that is here today gets a free goodie from me. Yes. Yeah, there's a free ebook down there, the Profit Launch Code. So make sure you go and grab that. It is down there. And let's see. Next week. Do have a lineup for you next week. So make sure you watch for my emails that are coming. Next week is the UK invasion. Got some special guys coming on from the UK. Some special launches coming up. And they're going to be bringing in... They've got it's going to be 2 different people. They're both from the UK doing, one of them's an info product, one of them is not an info product. It's a more of a service and whatnot. So, but they're very market integrated and got a real handle on things that are coming up. One of them's been around a while, one of them's new. So we get to see the gamut of different perspectives. So I'm really looking forward to that. Going to be interesting to see how that's going to come about. So, all right, everybody, make sure you go and get your free ebook below. And guys, you got any last moment words to say to anybody?
Sir, care to go first?
Yeah, good.
Okay, great. So here's the deal. First of all, keep watching this show, just mainly because Delilah rocks, and like I had said at the beginning, I think the transformation is going to, it's going to be special to watch this thing grow and to be a part of it at the early stage, especially given that she likes to do lots of stuff for people and help out where she can. So keep your ass glued to the chair every Tuesday or whenever she's running these shows every day. Other than that, guys, for those of you that aren't particularly JVs or still struggling to get yourself going in the marketplace, pick one direction, focus on it, and go at it. Get kicked, get up, and get going, because you're not going to learn anything if you don't fail, and if you're perpetually stuck in learn mode, you're screwed. So just go out there, have fun, pay attention to shows like this, pay attention to the people that you resonate with, and then just go at it and chase down your dream, man. Like, just go. It's not that hard. It seems elusive, but it really isn't. And the more you work at it, the better it's going to go. So just get out there and do it, man.
Yeah.
Cool.
Bill kind of said the same thing I was going to say. You know, just don't let, if you're new out there, you're trying to still find your footing. Don't let all the distractions out there, you know, take control of you, because we all know that internet marketing has a ton of distractions as far as, you know, niches and strategies and products and who to follow and all this kind of stuff. But, you know, pick a niche or pick, you know, one path. Stay on that path until you're having some success with it, and then, you know, do these 3 words that I always have behind me. If you don't do those 3 things, you definitely won't succeed. And then I guess lastly, kind of what he said, but if you're not failing, then, you know, you're doing something wrong, because every marketer out there, you know, every guru has at one point been, you know, severely in the debt or gone through issues or something, or one thing or another. Not that I hope you know, newcomers out there don't have to necessarily go through that, but at the same time, there's gonna be pitfalls. There's gonna be bumps in the road, and it's not easy. You know, there's no push button. We all know that, but it's gonna require a little bit of work, and just put that work in, and, you know, take action, and you'll be just fine.
All right, everybody. I want to thank you so much for being here and for joining us on this very first episode. And then we have number 2 coming up. I'm so excited. I can't wait for next Tuesday. So just to see if we have internet for no other reason. So, all right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you next Tuesday at 1 o'clock. All right, love you, peeps. Bye.